In the last video, we talked about why the new TOEFL interview questions feel stressful and why they're more predictable than they seem. Now let's talk about the question most students actually ask me. Okay, but how do I keep talking for 45 seconds without freezing or repeating myself? That's what we'll do in this video. First, a clarification. Templates do not work because of some magic words. They work because they reduce friction in your brain. A good structure, a good template, helps you hold ideas in your working memory. It helps you prevent long blank moments, and it gives your thoughts a direction to move in. If you don't have structure, your brain keeps restarting. That constant restarting is what causes awkward pauses. So in this video, when I say framework, I don't mean a script or some magic words to memorize. I mean a simple shape that your ideas can follow. Let's make 45 seconds concrete. If you speak at a calm, moderate pace, not too fast, not too slow, that's roughly 100 to 120 words per minute. So in 45 seconds, you need about 80 to 90 words. That sounds big until you break it down. 80 to 90 words is usually around 10 to 12 words per sentence, about 6 to 8 short sentences, that is. So you're not really filling 45 seconds. You're filling about 7 sentences. 7 sentences is a finite, manageable space. You can feel it, you can count it. Here is the simplest framework that works consistently. You start with statement, that is what you choose or believe. 1 sentence there. And then there's a reason why that choice makes sense. That's another sentence. And example, a short, realistic situation that shows your reason. 5 sentences. This is already 7 sentences, right? For example, imagine the question, do you prefer to exercise alone or with other people? You could use the structure to say something like, statement, I prefer exercising with other people. Reason, because it keeps me motivated. Example, a short story about joining a running group, going every weekend, and how the group helped you continue working out every single day. The example naturally creates details, and details buy you time. If you're taking the new TOEFL 2026 and want extra practice, timing, and scoring guides and updates as we collect more real results, there's a link below this video. Fill out the short form and I'll send them to you. There are 2 main ways to give examples. Let's say your statement and reason is, I prefer exercising with other people because it keeps me motivated. One strategy is going with a purely hypothetical example. For example, if someone exercises with friends, they will probably feel more motivated because their friends will encourage them and share experiences with them. That is okay, of course, but it often dries up pretty quickly. You need 5 sentences, remember. The other is semi-real examples. So instead of, for example, if someone exercises with friends, you could say, a few years ago, I started exercising with a group of friends. In fact, I joined a running club. Here goes 2 sentences. Their friends will encourage them. Instead of saying that, you say, they encouraged me when I felt tired. They told me to never give up. Here goes another 2 sentences. You just need 1 more sentence, right? As a result, I was always motivated to run with them every single day. Done. So when your brain imagines a real place, time, or routine, more details appear, ideas connect more naturally, and you don't have to force content. You can mix truth and imagination. ETS has said in the past that your story does not have to be real. Plus, now that your answer is scored pretty much entirely by AI, it is really not necessary to use your own real-life examples. You just need a realistic formula or structure that supports that reason and bring you fluent speech. So it's about creating a clear picture, a clear structure that you can use so your brain doesn't go blank. Skeleton paraphrasing is a simple expansion trick. You keep the same sentence skeleton, the basic grammar pattern, and only change the surface details. Your brain starts with a core idea. For example, my friend encouraged me. This sentence has a reusable skeleton. Someone encouraged me plus something like when, because, how. Okay, you can reuse the same skeleton to create many sentences. They encouraged me when I felt tired. They encouraged me to never give up. They encouraged me when I needed support. They encouraged me after I performed well. Okay, you can have, say, 2 or 3 sentences in a row like this. You can also say, well, they encouraged me when I felt tired. They told me to never give up. They always said nice things to me. They even helped me when I'm down. Okay, so this is still the same skeleton. Nothing complicated is changing. The grammar stays the same, only the details expand. This kind of skeleton paraphrasing drills help you speak longer without freezing, expand ideas naturally, and build fluency without inventing new grammar each time, and thus make grammatical mistakes that you don't want. Your brain likes patterns. Use that to your advantage. Now, a quick reality check before scoring. In the new TOEFL, speaking extremely fast is not required for a high score. In the old TOEFL, I always saw magic when my students used my tactics and spoke at 150 words per minute or more. Now it's not needed. I've tested it in the mock tests, okay, the paid mock tests. 100 words per minute is fine. That is 80 to 90 words per answer. You can speak at a moderate pace and still do very well. Get your 5s. A few short pauses are normal and okay. Long silence is not a good thing. It should be avoided. So as long as you stay on topic, keep your speaking for most of the 4 to 5 seconds, and use mostly correct grammar with understandable pronunciation, you are already in a strong position. So let's zoom out and lock this in. You don't fill 4 to 5 seconds by thinking faster. You fill it by using structure. Remember this big idea from the video. 4 to 5 seconds is only about 7 sentences. A simple framework: statement, reason, example. 3, semi-real examples are easier for you to create details. 4, when you need more content, use skeleton paraphrasing to expand ideas safely and naturally.